What do you get when you tell a high school student you'll cover their tuition, room, and board to get an associate's degree from Indian River State College? You get highly motivated students jump-starting their futures, and you get the Promise program. Let's go on the record.
From WPBF 25, this is On the Record with Todd McDermott.
Good morning. We welcome Beth Gaskin, Vice President for Student Success, one of the greatest titles ever.
Oh, thank you.
Indian River State College to talk about the Promise program. Beth, high school students need to know what this is if they haven't heard. This is something that make a huge difference. It's a scholarship program. Tell us what it is.
100%, Todd. So this is a program that helps our local students in Indian River, St. Lucie, Martin, and Okeechobee counties come to college to get their associate degree tuition free. All they have to do is be at a public school, private school, or homeschool within those 4 counties, graduate from high school, and they're in. No other requirements.
Let's just talk about the shock of what that is. Because when you hear scholarship, a lot of students will say, I don't think I'll qualify either financially or academically. This is not that.
No.
This is for really everybody who fits those criteria you mentioned, right?
That's right. And what we found in the first year, especially of the program, is presenting it to high schools as this is something we promise you. It's a promise program. We promise you, we will take care of you. You promise us you will come to school full time, work hard, and continue in your program of study. We found that the majority of these students qualified for federal aid, but they did not apply for it because they did not have the trust and faith like they do in the college. So when we said, we're opening this door for you, they came in and they trusted that.
When you tell people about this who've never heard of it before, are they surprised? Are they shocked? Are they saying, come on, there's a catch?
Totally. That was the first year. That's all I heard. Well, what's the catch? Well, what's the catch? They need to go full time to college and do well in classes and continue to pursue their degree.
All right, and how many semesters is it to get an associate's? Because I know there's a summer program that's part of this, right?
Correct. So we require students to attend full time. And so that would be 12 credits in fall, 12 in spring, and 6 in summer. They can finish that then in 2 years. And if they want to stay in Indian River, there are scholarships available for that bachelor's degree as well. But the Promise program expires after the associate degree ends. And as long as students stay continually enrolled, they just continue in the program.
Now, is there a grade requirement that you have to hit to keep this going?
They just have to maintain the 2.0 grade point average, which is essentially a C average. So, but we found, Todd, that from fall to spring, these students in the Promise program retain at a higher rate than all of our other students. They come back for spring. What we have found, though, is that they need a little more help in their courses in fall. So we've put a lot of supports in place to try to help that course success rate go up. But once they commit, they're staying.
What do you attribute that to? That's an interesting concept, that the Promise program students are more likely to stick it out and keep going. What do you attribute that to?
Well, I think part of it is it's really a risk-free proposition for them. They can start. They don't have to put anything in up front. They get their books. They try their first semester. And we try to let that first semester be we want them to do well, obviously, but if they don't, we give them that second semester to try to pull those grades up before we go on. So it's not super risky for students. And I think to be able to say they get through that first semester, even if they don't do well, they want to try it again. And I think that's extraordinary. And it says a lot, I think, for the faith that the students, their parents, the community has in us to continue that evolution of education.
Is there any risk for the college itself? You mentioned the risk for students, but is there a risk to do this for students? I mean, it is unusual when, on its face, when you say that just come and we'll pay for it.
That's right.
It seems maybe risky at some point financially for the college?
Well, for sure. We are so fortunate at Indian River State College to have a foundation that supports everything that our students do. So when this idea came up, which I think was on a Tuesday, and our president said, we're launching it next Monday, so get it figured out. Got it, boss. So, but our foundation quickly rose to the occasion. And so this program is really funded by local philanthropy. It's our local philanthropists that are pitching in to make sure that they have the nurses, the HVAC technicians, the neighbors, the educated community that they want to have here in the Treasure Coast.
You actually dovetailed into my next question, which is there is an associate's degree in arts, in science, or applied science degree. What's the path? And you mentioned some of the occupations, but what's the path for these students? Because after they get this degree, they can obviously still go on for bachelor's at the college or elsewhere, but there are a lot of other opportunities out there. What are some of the paths that they take?
You bet. So Indian River has about 120 different programs. So if you have enough time, I'll go into all of them. But if you don't, I will tell you that generally our students pursue an Associate of Arts degree. And that is a transferable degree. So that means that if they receive the AA at Indian River State College, they are guaranteed a spot at the universities in the area. We also have a program with UCF called Direct Connect. We have a program with FAU that's similar to where students receive an AA. We actually have kind of bridge program advisors that will help them get to that space that they want to be in. So it's great if they want to stay with us for a bachelor's degree. Obviously, we love that. But we want all of our local kids to get to where they want to go. And if they want to go to Boca, if they want to go to Orlando, if they want to go to Gainesville, we help them get there.
All right, most important thing we need to mention in this segment is there's a deadline.
Yes.
If you want to get into Indian River State College and the Promise Program for the fall,
yes,
you have some requirements and you need to get this done.
That's
so
right.
Let's talk about the deadline.
July 13th. July 13th is our deadline. And so it's important that if students are interested in the Promise Program, that they first complete the application for admission, which is on our website. After that, someone will contact them, be in touch about classes they should take and that kind of thing. But everything you need to know about the Promise Program is on Indian River State College's website, irsc.promise.edu, and that will get people all that they need to know. But we want our students who just graduated from high school, don't sit all summer and wonder what you're going to do. Take some action now to say, this is really a risk-free opportunity for me.
I'm going to make this really hard on you because I'm going to take an extra 30 seconds here.
Okay.
Tell me how people with the Promise Program and at the college feel about doing this for the students.
Can you not tell? Nothing has made me prouder in my career than to have helped develop this program. To know that when you see students, and you'll meet students in a few minutes, who walk across the graduation stage and they have a bright gold stole on that says Promise. And you have that moment where you say, that happened because of the work that we did to help these students get to that mark. It's nothing I can describe to you.
Well, I'm glad that we have some of the pictures and the videos because it really is so outstanding. We have so much more to talk about.
Sure.
Beth Gaskin, thank you very much.
Of course.
More from On the Record. We'll meet the students when we come back.
You're watching On the Record on WPBF 25.
Welcome back. We're talking about Indian River State College's Promise Program, providing scholarships for local students. Meet Promise Scholars, Solaris Albury and Daniel Estrada. Solaris, you are a graduate of the program, and you're in the middle of it. Okay, all right. Let's start with finding out about the Promise Scholarship to start with. What was that like for you? How did you find out about it?
So it was very unique. I was in my high school leadership class, and my teacher was mentioning to us about our colleges and talking to us about our future plans and mentioned this program. And it was honestly a blessing when I heard it as well, too, because I was very indecisive about where I wanted to go. That was affordable for our family as well.
And where are you from?
Vero Beach.
Vero Beach. And Daniel, what about you? How did this come up in your life?
Well, it's a very curious, but also like very cool, normal story. It was my final days when I was a senior, and my guidance counselor actually told me about it. I was pretty very reluctant.
So you were a high school student and you didn't want to get it all done. You're kind of just easing into the summer and being a high school graduate.
Yeah.
That sounds familiar.
Definitely.
So you heard about it, and what did you do about it?
Well, some pressure from my family actually, motivated me to do it. Which it's like, my family, none of my family members really focused on that aspect of their life. They were just focused on working, not going to college and stuff, right? So you know, I wanted to change. I wanted to, you know, focus on my own stuff and, you know, reach out to, like, you know, new opportunities. So
Solaris, what was the plan before the Promise program, or did you have one?
I did have a plan, and didn't really work out, which is good though, because I wouldn't be here.
Right.
But the plan was to apply for as many scholarships as possible, and I did the SAT about 7 times my senior year to try and get the Bright Future Scholarship and go to UCF hopefully. And unfortunately didn't work out, but very fortunately enough, I ended up at Indian River.
And what are you doing now? Because you are a scholar, you are a Promise Scholar, so what are you doing now?
So fortunately, there's a program called Direct Connect for UCF, so I am a recipient of that as well. And I will be attending UCF in the fall, going for my bachelor's in political science with a concentration in international relations.
Ooh, that's a good major.
Definitely.
You're talking to a poli-sci major.
Really?
Look what I ended up doing. Daniel, what about you? Did you have dreams, plans before all this came up?
there were some times where I did have those like big dreams of wanting to become like astronaut or some type of like, you know, police officer. But with the opportunity that I took here with the Promise program, it introduced me to a lot of like cool, like, you know, aspects of like things that I wanted to do. I took a lot of criminal justice related stuff in my high school years. So now that I'm majoring now in criminal justice here at IRC, it's been really special, you know, to like, you know, be able to pursue the things that you want to pursue through this program. So.
And what's the big dream? And
The
I don't
dream-
mean your immediate dream after you get through the program. I mean the big dream. You're allowed
I
to do
really
that.
want to become a lawyer.
Really?
I really want to
Okay.
become a lawyer. You know, seeing how as if, you know, time's been very much, you know, changing with like, you know, AI technology, you know, the forces of like, in those type of things, you know, with difference of like, technology that's advancing, you know, very quickly nowadays, you know, some aspect of law probably is going to be very, very effective.
And Solaris, you talked about the financial impact on your family. How important is that you receive a scholarship?
This is very important as I didn't qualify for FAFSA either, so it was very hard on my family, also being a first generation and having a sister as well. A little bit stressful for my dad because he did raise us on his own, and I was thankful to have a stepmom who also stepped up. But to have the scholarship meant that not only was my family able to keep me close to home, but also watch me and help me even easier to grow and, you know, succeed in college as well.
All right, now I'm going to give you both the chance before we finish here to talk to the high school students who are out there. Dan, I'll start with you. What would you tell them about the Promise program they need to know?
I mean, I've already had like a couple conversations with my past high school friends who were juniors before I graduated, and I've always told them to take that opportunity, take that force and just go through with it, you know. So,
Solaris, what do you think? What's the big message you want a student who's watching, or the parents of a student who's watching, to take from what we're doing today?
Definitely. I think the biggest thing is not only is it financial freedom, but it's also academic freedom. Say there's a club that you didn't get to do in high school, or maybe there's an internship that you really want to take. It's not about having that financial freedom, but that time that's now given to you and what you can do with it. And I think it's really important that you take every opportunity and resource and use it to its fullest advantage and build your resume and build your network, because it's going to come in so much handy later on, more than you can ever know, and you're going to meet so many caring people right at Indian River State College who are here to help.
Well, I have to tell you, if we take a minute just to tell you both, you are tremendous representatives of the Promise program and Indian River State College. Just wonderful. It's great that you shared your stories, and we hope that other students are inspired by what you had to say today. Thank you both so much.
Thank you.
thank you.
All right, much more about the Promise program in just a moment. Join me now, Laura Midkiff, Director of Development for the Indian River State College Foundation, and Jamar Belazar, Senior Director of Development for the Foundation. Thank you both for being here. Let's talk about the Promise Program Scholarship, and let's get right into the costs, because we're trying to make a point here about keeping this going. What does it cost to put a student through this program, this associate's program, pay for their tuition, room and board? What does it cost for one student?
$1,200 a year. And the foundation provides that financing. Basically, the Promise program is considered kind of like a scholarship of last resort. You know, first we take into account maybe a Pell Grant a student would get, other scholarships they might have gotten locally, and then the foundation pays the remaining balance. So $1,200 a year for a Promise student.
All right, Jamar, where's the money come from? Because it doesn't just grow on trees, it comes from somewhere.
You're right. It comes from the local community and beyond that believes in our students, believes in the Treasure Coast, and we really want to use that to the best of our abilities to give back to these students and, believe in the students that more than they believe in themselves. And so my role is to really spread the spirit of philanthropy and, be the voice of the students because, I ask because they can't. And the fact that we're able to provide the support to our students through the philanthropy and investment in our students is rewarding for me.
How long has the Promise program been around?
2022, 4 years.
All right, 4 years. Over that period of time, what's the evolution been like?
Since I worked at the college for 3 years, it was a hit right off the bat, but I don't think the word of mouth had gotten out, as quickly as we had hoped it would. Since its inception, it has grown year after year after year. All of the high schools are aware of it, and the kids are pouring in, truly. Our new student orientation this year, I think we've got 3,000 incoming first-year students. It's going to be something.
That is fantastic. And we've talked a little bit about this, but school counselors is a big thing. Before we talk about how you can help financially, how do you get the word out to students in high schools to make sure they know that this is available to our young people in our Treasure Coast communities?
So like Solaris was saying, we do our best to reach out to the high schools, the guidance counselors and things like that. And so the fact that we're able to reach that demographic within our schools that can spread to the students is really important, on top of having open houses and having our website available, which is promise.irsc.edu. Head there for all information about the Promise program. But really, that's the best way to kind of get all the information you need and really put it in front of those students.
Now let's talk about helping out. You have to go to the community to ask for help to make this work.
That's our job.
When you talk about incentives for, let's say, a business owner first, what is the story that you want to tell?
Yeah, we want to tell them that, investment in Promise is the most direct investment you can make to the future of the Treasure Coast and to your own workforce and pipeline development because, 26% of our Promise students go on to become nurses, phlebotomists and things like that to where, we're continuing the richness and, solid leadership to the community. And so that's the best way we can, position them.
Is it an easy sell?
It's an easy sell. I feel it is when I frame it like this. Your nurse who took care of you the last time you were in the hospital is an Indian River State College grad. The guy who changed your oil 2 weeks ago did our auto mechanic program through workforce education. So often we fail to recognize that so many of the people that make our lives great went to Indian River State College.
That's a tribute to the college and to the Promise program.
I agree.
It really is. Let's mention the website if we could. Jamar, I'll put this on you.
Yeah.
Mention the website again so people can hear it and know where they can go for more information.
Yep, it's promise.irsc.edu. That's the best place to get all information on Promise students if you want to learn more about becoming a Promise student and if you want to come more about supporting the Promise program. Laura, you want to give that website for us?
I was going to give our giving website.
Yeah.
Yes,
tomorrow.
that's a great
I'm all
idea.
about that.
The
Yeah.
giving, yes.
The one thing I'd want to preface or say before I give the website is often people think with philanthropy they have to make a big gift, thousands of dollars, hundreds of dollars. We really, in the Indian River State College Foundation, are all about participation because if you get more participation, the word spreads. So we would love people to give $1, $10.
All right. Hit us with the website.
Okay, giving.irsc.edu.
All right, we got it. We got it done. Jamar, Laura, thank you so much.
So happy to be here, Todd.
And thank you
Thank
for
you.
what Indian River State College does and for the Promise program. Such a good thing. Thank you both. On the record, we'll be right back. I want to say first, thank you for making us part of your morning. As always, we encourage you to be part of our discussion each and every Sunday right here at 10 a.m. Until the next time, you can watch this morning's On the Record program and every episode on our website, that's WPBF.com, and on our free WPBF 25 News app. We all hope you have a wonderful Sunday. See you again next week.